Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome back to some 6 Siege, the board game unboxings. This is, of course, unboxings for the game based off Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. You can check out, in case you're wondering, that I have 4 parts to the base game. We did part 1 where we went over just an overview of what the game itself is. Then we have videos 2 and 3, which go over the rules. 2 videos is pretty extensive. It's not full exactly how to play, but I do go try and hit every single aspect of the rule and how the game is played. Then video 4 is we actually go through all the different operators. So yeah, video 4 I think maybe video, and it's just video 4 for that. So yeah, we're gonna hop into this. That way, if you guys, we're gonna start going through the different boxes. Each different year or expansion will be its own different video. But I'm just letting you know what the previous ones, which I'll link in the descriptions in case you want to head back and check out one of those first. So you see what the rules are, see what the core operators do, or the different gadgets. Because I'll try and explain them a little bit while I go through stuff in here, but I'm not going to deep dive too much into each of those. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start this video. Alright, we're going to look at Year 2 High Impact. So we're going to get the 8 new operators as well as 1 alternate operator, just an alternate skin for them. So we'll go through and look at all those. So we'll get our token sheets, well, it's all our double operator tokens, which will have, of course, double-sided. We have some hold walls tokens for one of the operators, which we'll get to when we get to them, as well as your Overwatch tokens for each character. And then we'll also get, of course, the ring bases, which you can apply the stickers to, if you would like, for, keeping track of those. So without further ado, let's hop right into these guys. We're going to look at our attackers to begin with. So we're going to start with Zofia. And if I can get my miniature on there. Here's Zofia, crouched down and, probably getting ready to, snipe or, something like that. Plus, the Marisol glasses are kind of, hanging down, so she's actually looking over her glasses, which is a neat little detail in there, so that's pretty fun. Alright, so what's Zofia do? So any of the other operator videos, we are not going to talk about the weapon and range. I won't read all the numbers or the armor and all that. Just, again, to mention, everyone has somewhere between 4 and 6 health. Alright, she has the KS-79 concussion rounds. So spending action, line of sight, ignoring a maximum of 1 barricade. The target operator receives a stun and sustains an orange die. That's cool. We don't have a lot of guys that just do extra damage, so having something like this is very helpful. Yeah, and get you ignore barricades are always helpful, so you can just shoot right through one. And does that orange damage, which is pretty darn decent. Yeah, don't mind that at all. 2 extra shots of stunning them as well, because in that way, if stun's really good for repos, because you can jump out during an Overwatch area. Use this. Obviously, step out, they're gonna get a shot off on you. But then if you shoot them with this, and then they receive a stun token, or if they had one beforehand, even if they do that action, they only get to roll 2 yellow dice instead of whatever they normally would have got to roll. So it does kind of shut them down a bit. Alright, up next we have, I'm sure I'm going to say this wrong, but Dokaibe? I think all these games always need to have a pronunciation sheet for people's names and stuff. Alright, come on, focus camera. There we go. Yeah, so she's hanging out with her data pad there, and she got her gun off to the side. So it's kind of like she's doing a no-look shot, so she must be seeing something through her camera, is my guess. I love how she's like one of the more casually dressed, still wearing some sort of armor, but she's got like a beanie on. Looks like she has just like some spandex leggings on, and then like her braids are out. Everyone else has always been like full high gear, but like she looks like the data guy in the background. She's a little bit more, relaxed. Well, she even has a little symbol on her pad there. It's pretty cool. She has logic bombs. Action wave. Targeted operator receives a located mark, and she has a second one. Or vertical. Move all located from all operators in your squad that are in a room containing the targeted space. That's kind of cool. So, she can be somewhere and she can perform the wave, which goes forward up to 4 spaces through barricades and stuff, because it's like a sound signal going out. But you can locate another operator, which could really help with teaming up for other guys that have different abilities for locating people. And then vertical means she can then go up top and she can shoot down and remove all from your squad. In a room that can, so that could be very helpful. If someone throws a bomb in there and locates all your guys so they can see them, and then you can turn around and undo that. That could be very helpful. That is a cool, it's an attacker, but she's a very defensive character, which is a weird thing to say, but it's nice that not all the attackers are just running, guns blazing. Some of the attackers have stuff that, because it's a tactical game, they have stuff that's going to be, this character is going to be more meant to kind of sit back and do stuff versus another one that wants to be up front. Support versus tank, I guess, would be the correct terminologies. Alright, up next we have Ying. So she's got some good old pad in there. She's got some sort of bomb, some goggles on. Maybe VR type goggles, possibly. Has a little node thing in the front. Not for sure what that does. Interesting. Alright, and she has Candela devices. Spending action deployable, ignoring a maximum of 1 light wall or barricade, or vertical. All operators in the room containing the target space receive a stun except Ying. Cool. That's very helpful. You can use some of the, again, she's kind of like a support character, because for her action, because she's going to be like trying to stun everybody. Then that way your team can jump in and do their attacks, like I just mentioned. Yeah, kind of like the concussion in the first one. You get some stun actions in there. Then you can stun them before, and then you can basically, I don't think you ignore the overwatch if someone's stunned. But whoops, and we're dropping pieces. Yeah, a stunned operator, shoot will action may roll 2 dice instead of what they normally do. So it does force them to roll 2 yellow dice instead of what they normally roll. So for most characters, that means they're gonna roll a lot less, especially if it's could be at a distance. So like even if, like, example, if she was stunned, instead of at 7 distance, instead of rolling 2 red dice, she get 2 yellows. Makes her a lot weaker. At close range, she would only roll 2 dice instead of 3. Mid range, it would really hurt her. So yeah, stunning is I think it'd be a very important part of the game that a lot of people are going to kind of ignore until you got to these characters. So I don't think there's a lot of stuff in the base game that did that. Alright, our next attacker is Jackal. And Jackal has this crazy headgear. He's crouched out. We have a lot of kind of like support characters in this set, which is very interesting. But yeah, he's got this tactical like camera on his head. And let's see what that does. The Inox Mark III. Opposing operators moving to or from the upper floor receive a located marker. Oh, nice. Although, yeah, it's just opposing characters, so that's cool. Then action from a room or from the upper floor area, perform a shoot action, short range light protection, targeting a located operator in the opposing upper floor area. That's cool. So this could be very helpful if you have, like, maybe you're playing against guys that are going to be up using the upper floor a lot. And it's going to combine well with some of the other characters. Now, I don't want... my brain wants to sit there and be like, oh, combine with this character from the base or this one from this other expansion. But I don't want to get into talking about the other characters just because I'm going through them one at a time. But yeah, I can definitely see some good combinations of some of these other characters. Yeah, we have 2 guys in here that do located, 2 guys that do stun stuff. So definitely some good support characters to help you out for your attackers. Alright, then let's head into our defenders, the orange team. We are going to start with Mira, who's what's like the Johnny Cage of the group. Just, you know, holding up the fingers like that. I'm glad, again, like, I love that they have some of the funny or interesting, cool poses on their cards, like more casual stuff, but then their miniatures are more action-based. Yeah, just a bunch of extra heavy gear on there. Looks like it's got the let's go type of hand signal. But Mira gets black mirrors. Setup: cover one section of a light or fortified wall with a hold wall token of the matching size. So we will get 3 of each size of these. Now these were mentioned in the core set, but weren't actually weren't in there. And so what they do is they act as the -2 protection for light walls, but because they're hold and they have little X's on them, like little hole spots you can kind of see, they're orange construction, is you can shoot through them. So they will provide you with protection, but they don't block line of sight for shooting. Since it mirrors a space containing a section of light or fortified wall, cover the wall with a hold token of the matching size, then perform a shoot action through the hold wall. So that's pretty cool. So you just start somewhere else, you get an extra place to put 1 of them, and then now throughout the game you can add 2 more. And this is really cool. I like this. Is we had another character that could set up extra cameras. This is nice if there's characters that can put, I keep saying characters, they're operators. They can put other game elements into play after the game has already started. Because as you start moving along and start going through the game, it might realize, oh crap, I put this wall over here, and now that these guys have seen it, they're avoiding that area. So now here, you can use her to put 2 more up there. You know, hey, they're all filtering in here and they're trying to run around. You can throw a whole wall up and now your team can shoot through that wall. Plus, she gets an automatic shot through that wall right away, which is pretty cool. That's really fun. And again, you get 3 copies of those. You get 1 for the setup, then 1 for each of the other deployable actions she has. Alright. Next we have Liaison, I'm guessing. So he has, it looks like some sort of grenade or canister. That does not look like a super comfortable pose though. Like just how he's standing. And he just turns slightly, I guess, but yeah, I know, it's just me. Alright, what does he get to do? He has U mines. Three of them. Reaction: opposing operator entering a gray entryway receives a locating and sustains a hit. The opposing operator may spend an extra action to ignore this effect. That's pretty cool too. Yeah, this is kind of neat where it's like, you're technically putting down these, like, we have lots of the setup stuff where at the beginning of the game, but then the attackers can see where everything is, so they can kind of be like, okay, we kind of know where all these cameras and stuff are, we know what to avoid. But then they have characters that are making like this that have reaction abilities. Basically, if they enter, you can be like, ha, you stepped into my trap that you couldn't see, but now you can avoid it if you're quick enough by spending extra actions. Do they take a hit, or do they spend their extra action? You know, and I mean, if they only get 2 actions other than move, so whether they've already done an action or not, either they get 1 action or they've wasted their last action. But early in the game, you could maybe afford to take a hit. Later in the game, can you afford to take one? Depends on what you're doing with the rest of your move. Or, you know, if it's your second action needs to be very important. So that's pretty cool. Alright, our third defender is Ella. There's Ella, and probably one of the, like, least ready to go, getting ready to shoot, kind of where she's just kind of looking around. You know, doesn't have her gun up and blazing like lots of the other guys do. She does have a gun there. Is there a sight on her pistol? Kind of looks like it. Yeah, I like it to have the hair sticking out, but it does look a little odd just because there's already so much stuff up there. Alright, what does she do? She has Gersmont mines. An opposing operator crossing a room perimeter or entering entryway space from the upper floor area receives a stun. The opposing operator may spend an extra action to ignore this effect. So there we had one where they're trying to go up the upstairs, right? It was just entering a great entryway, receives a locator and a hit. Here they'll only receive a stun, but it's also set up throughout any perimeter or entryway space from the upper floor. So basically entering into a room. So wider range does less stuff. So it's kind of, again, it's which ability do you want? Do you want to, like, have just stunning, which we were talking about earlier, so is really good, could be very valuable. You know, but it hits the entire, you can have it hit in the entire room, or would you rather have it just focus on just the entryways, but you can do damage to them? It's just a little like, yeah, it's kind of like what's your flavor, what's your gameplay style? You know, what are the other people on your team doing? Alright, our last main operator is Vigil. Who gets this cool mask here, kind of like blank killer identity type mask. Couple of different guns there. Some like simple body armor. Doesn't have all this, so he wants to be able to move around. But he's got a ERC7 rendering cloak. Vigil never receives a locator token. That's definitely a cool picture there too, where she's holding the mask. Again, I'm glad you didn't make the miniature like that. If Vigil is targeted by a shot, the shooter must remove any one die before rolling their hit die. Oh, so this is pretty cool, right? He wants to get up close and do stuff. Good at mid-range too. He's not bad at long range either, to be honest. He's pretty good all over, but yeah, he can't be spotted. Yeah, so this could be very helpful. I mean, obviously, it just means he can't be located. He can still enter a room and be shot. He can still be overwatched and shot. He just can't have the locator token. So, like, for him, it'd be great if he had someone else producing, like, smoke or gas, and he could kind of be hiding inside the smoke or the gas, and then shooting out from them, because they wouldn't be able to see him through that. Definitely an interesting idea there. Or if you have all these other guys that now are like throwing down these locators and stuff, as he can at least avoid and work around all them. Alright, so our last character is our alternate skin for Liaison, who kind of looks like a yokai or undead guy. Like he gets the little symbol on the face means. But yeah, he's got big old giant hair. still has a lot of his armor and stuff on, but he's got some like prayer beads. But like how he's holding his gun like that. That's actually pretty cool to me. Like he's running. Like he's not trying to get ready to shoot. He's just trying to run in and do stuff. So I find that kind of cool. All right, but yeah, this is an alternate skin. So it doesn't actually change his mind's ability. That works the same. Let's look at his other stats. Is run and destroy gets a little bit better destroy out of it. His weapons though, so his 7 stays the same. He gets an extra red die, but he loses an orange die for 4 to 6, and he gains an extra red in the first one. Loses a yellow, but he also gains a protection breaker in yellow. So he's going to do a little bit more damage overall in that mode. You know, he has less dice, kind of, or like, you know, can miss with the first ones. You might only get 3 in the first one if they have protection. But he has more red dice in there. Then he can destroy more stuff. So yeah, it's just kind of a preference. I personally would even say, like, if you like this stats, use him. But if you like this miniature better, use the miniature. I mean, it doesn't really matter for the sake of anything. But that's just my thoughts on it. Alright, so there are our high impact year 2 operators. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out all the rest of the boxes. See you guys later. Bye.